All right. What up? This is the I Am Rapaport podcast. All right, this is the I Am Rapaport podcast, 5 minutes of funk freestyle on Fridays. It might be 5 minutes, it might be 15 minutes, it might be 20 minutes, but it's uninterrupted, unadulterated. Is that a word? I don't even know if it's a word. You know, we don't fact check, we don't use dictionaries, we don't use we don't use any outside sources. Well, when I say we, I mean me, because it's actually just me today. G Monetti is not here. He's not part of this freestyle, all right? And I have some good news and some bad news, okay? And I don't know if you want me to start with the good news or the bad news, but unfortunately, well, I'll just start with the bad news, and then I'll get to the good news, which will bring me back to some more good news. Okay, so unfortunately, we are out of smalls and mediums of the I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts. I have larges, extra larges, and double XLs. And this is my fault, because when we were ordering the t-shirts, when we were placing the order for the I Am Rapaport soft ass podcast t-shirts, they're so fucking soft. And anybody that has an I Am Rapaport soft ass t-shirt could attest to how soft they actually are. I said this before. You could sleep in them. You could freak off in them. You could do anything in them. You could work out in them. You could wear it to the coffee place. You could wear it to work under a blazer, under a sweater. You could put it on top of a thermal. You could just wear it like, raw dog without a bag, just a t-shirt. But we're running low. Now, when I was ordering them, for some reason, I imagined that the abundance of I Am Rapaport podcast fans would be big, fat, sweaty fucks. So I ordered like 200 double XLs. And I have probably 125 double XLs. I have about 100 XLs. And large we're running low on. And medium we're done. Small we're done. Now, you say, well, why did you order so many double XLs? I just thought that the primary fans, the bulk of my fans that would be listening to the I Am Rapaport podcast would be, somewhere in the ballpark of myself, like fucking, just animals, I'm not fat, I'm in decent shape, I'm good, I go to my gym, I go to my new workout is my sweaty yoga. That's my new thing I started going to. Of course, I do my CrossFit, I do my little hikes when I'm in LA. I fucking, I do some push-ups, I go for a run. I mix and match it. You know what I mean? Nothing consistently, which is probably the reason why I haven't really gotten into any specifically great shape. But I just imagined like people in back rooms and street corners and, riding around in trains or on the couch, picking their nose. That would be the abundance of the fans. And the people, and I've sent out a lot of double XLs, and I've sent out a lot of XLs, but the majority of the people who have won soft ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts have been smalls and mediums. Hence the reason why I'm ass out. Okay, so the good news is that I do have XLs and double XLs. The bad news is you're gonna have to cut them, give them to friends, weird family members, or I don't know, cut it, make it like a navel shirt, you could cut it off at the waist, and you could show your navel. It's getting hot out, guys do that shit. That's the new thing. Who gives a fuck what you look like, or cut the bottom off, or cut the sleeves off, or wrap up the back in a rubber band. Just do something, okay? Because I want to give these t-shirts away to people that want them. But I'm just letting you know that if you're a fat fuck, or if you don't really call yourself that, if you're in denial, or you're tall, there's plenty of shirts for you to get. There's plenty of I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts for you to get. And, we give them away. They're free. You could win one. You can, matter of fact, I'm going to give a soft-ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirt to the first 5 people that perform the De Niro line of the week from this Friday 5 Minutes of Funk freestyle episode. 5 t-shirts. Again, listen, I don't have all sizes, okay? But the another part of the good news is, and it's actually a Pacino line of the week. We're doing a Pacino line of the week. So the De Niro line of the week is actually a Pacino line of the week. I know a lot of shit can get confusing. The good news is more soft-ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts are on the way. We're doing new designs, a whole new thing. So the ones that you're actually, if you've won soft-ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts, the first edition, they're now going to become collector's editions, okay? And then we're going to come out with a whole new thing, and we're going to flip the style. The new style that we're coming out with is going to be sick. So 5 t-shirts we're giving away to people that do the Pacino line of the week and send it to me on Instagram or Twitter or directly to IamRapaport.com. Okay, I don't know how to work my Facebook. I'm in some kind of elitist part of Facebook. I'm on there, which brings me to part C. You know, Facebook, you're getting your fucking ass kicked. Okay, and you're getting your ass kicked by Twitter and Instagram in regards to the I Am Rapaport podcast. I know that Facebook has more people than Twitter and Instagram, apparently. But as far as the I Am Rapaport podcast feedback, I'm not feeling the love from you motherfuckers on Facebook. All right? So I don't know if any of this is making sense. I got a headache. And I think I have a headache because I went to my first hot yoga class today. Okay? And you know, it's called hot yoga class, and my girl, she's all into all that shit. She said, you got to come because, you know, the guy's great and you sweat and, you know, you'll sweat like a pig and it's great exercise and you'll feel good. And because I'm shockingly flexible. Okay, I am shockingly flexible. I'm like a baby in a 6'3", 217-pound, 45-year-old's body. Like, I don't know why I'm so malleable, but I am. It's one of my gifts. You know, it's like on most basketball teams, there's like the best shooter, there's the best rebounder, there's the best passer, you got a point guard. I was the guy, like, you know, in warm-ups, I'd always win that. But, you know, everybody's got to have their fucking strong suits. Not everybody could be, you know, fucking, you know, Michael Jordan. But, so I went to this sweaty yoga class, which instead of calling it sweaty yoga class, they should call it the Train to Auschwitz class. Because I thought about my Jewish heritage, and I thought about, you know, while I was complaining to myself during the yoga class, I thought about the Jews, my people, being stuffed into these trains on the way to Dachau and Auschwitz and all the places that these fucking Germans, these fucking miserable Germans and Austrians, these fucks, these Nazi fucks, were sending the Jews off to. And I thought about that train on the way during this class because I was having an outer body experience because it looked like I had pissed myself. I had sweat so much during the sweaty yoga class that it actually looked like I had pissed myself. I was wearing gray shorts, athletic shorts, and with the imprint from doing the downward dog, upward dog thing, and then on the mat, the sweating, it actually looked like I had pissed. And I had swamp ass, and a lot of things were going through my mind, but I wanted to keep going because, like I said, the music was good. The guy was playing like fucking Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul and like Slave and M2 like disco, soul, funk shit, but like low key. It wasn't like Wu-Tang, but it was more like, you know, it was hip hop shit, but it was like, you know, didn't get nuts. It wasn't like MOP. That's too fucking rowdy for yoga class, but it was dope. So, but I instead of calling it sweaty yoga, it should be called, you know, Nazi camp yoga, because it was no joke in there. But I'm glad I went through it. The teacher at one point, straight guy, black dude, handsome, like a fucking brick shithouse. This guy was built like a brick shithouse. Of course, he had his shirt off. Is me, 22 other women. And these women are in there practically butt-ass naked. And you're like, well, fuck, Mike, I want to come to this class. Now, I'm not going to tell you, fucking scumbags, you creeps, where this class is, because I want to be the only guy in there, all right? And I'm looking at the asses for the first like 9 minutes, and then I'm like trying to just hang on and make it through the end of the class because I'm dying. But at one point, the guy, His name was Carlton. I think he's the teacher. He's wearing these fucking tight shorts. He's got his fucking loaf. I could see his loaf. I mean, this was a man's man. Okay, he he's sweating. Good-looking fucking guy. This guy was fucking built. He was fucking built. He had these fucking tight, what do they call, Lululemon? Lululemon, I think's the brand. Tight yoga shorts. Could see everything. His fucking ass, his balls, his loaf, whole package. Fucking guy was phenomenal. I was doing my downward dog, which, like I said, I'm shockingly good at some of these positions. He came from behind me and grabbed my hips, and I swear I thought this guy was trying to have his way with me, because he said, "You're doing good, Michael. You got to pull your hips back. You got to pull your hips back." And I thought he was going to enter me. Okay, and that's no bullshit. He frightened me, and it wasn't like, and I was like, I'm like I wasn't attracted to him, but he was a good-looking guy. But this motherfucker, he had me in his grip. He had me. He could have done anything to me at that moment, because I'm sweating all over the place, and he had me from behind, and it was just a moment where I just was like, whoa, what the, I didn't know what was going on. It was just a moment, but like I felt him. I felt his strength. All right, this is Michael Rapaport, and we're doing the Pacino line of the week, Scarface. Again, there's so many fucking great scenes, great lines, performances, iconic clothing, hairdo, beautifully, shockingly beautiful Michelle Pfeiffer, Al Pacino, Stephen Bauer, F. Murray Abraham. I mean, this film has just got so much going on. Written by Oliver Stone, directed by Brian De Palma. One of my favorite scenes is when Pacino, I said De Niro because it's usually the De Niro line of the week. One of my favorite scenes is when Pacino is trying to get at his boss's chick, Elvira, played by a young, stunning Michelle Pfeiffer. And he's on the dance floor at the disco. They're at the discotheque in Miami in the 80s. And he's dancing with her, and he says, "Hey, baby, what's your problem, huh? You got a problem? You're good looking. You got a beautiful body, beautiful legs, beautiful face. All these guys in love with you. Only you got a look in your eye like you haven't been fucked in a year." Now, that's the kind of opening line. If you say that to a woman, that's either going to make you or break you. Okay, things are either going to go in your favor or they're going to go south really fast. But he had the balls, because he's Tony Montana, he's Scarface, to say that to him, because he doesn't lie to anybody. Scarface, "Hey baby, what's your problem, huh? You got a problem? You're good looking, you got a beautiful body, beautiful legs, beautiful face. All these guys are in love with you. Only you have a look in your eye like you haven't been fucked in a year." And Elvira calls Tony Montana. She responds. She goes, "Hey, Jose, who and when and how I fuck is none of your business, okay?" And then Pacino, he likes that she's, kind of going back and forth with him. But that line, the Pacino line of the week with Al Pacino and Michelle Pfeiffer, who later went on to play in the movie Frankie and Johnny. It's a good movie, love story, Gary Marshall film. They made magic, but nothing will be able to top what they did together in Scarface with Al Pacino in all of his prime and Michelle Pfeiffer in all of her beauty, and I mean she just was staggeringly beautiful, and that's the Pacino line of the week. And if you perform that line for me on Instagram, on video, or on Facebook, and you do it well, or you get your son, your daughter, your cousin, or get the fucking bad kid down the street to perform that. And if you do it if two people do it, if I get a Tony Montana and an Elvira, you both get I Am Rapaport t-shirts. Soft ass I Am Rapaport t-shirts. Okay, that's the Pacino line of the week from Scarface, and we're doing it big here. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast. The I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Casper Mattresses, Casper.com. It's an award-winning sleep startup. Go to Casper.com, $50 off purchase of any size mattress. Put in the code Rapaport, R-A-P-A-P-O-R-T, Casper Mattress in New York City. You could keep the bed for 100 nights. You could get your freak on for 100 nights. If you do not like the bed after 100 nights of sleeping luxuriously, of your lady sleeping luxuriously, of your boyfriend sleeping luxuriously, whatever you're into, you're going to sleep good after 100 nights, you can return the mattress within 100 days. That's a guarantee. The bed will be delivered between 2 to 5 days anywhere in the United States and Canada. Same day delivery in New York City. A bike messenger could bring this. New technology. The bed will come in a fucking box. Casper.com. The promo code is Rapaport. You get $50 off the mattress. We do not plug, we do not support, we do not take sponsorship from anything we have not tried and we are not passionate about 450%. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast, and we fuck with Casper.com. More with the NBA playoffs, which I'm obviously passionate and excited about, despite the fact that my Knicks aren't in it. And, I've gotten some people say, oh, you're a Warriors bandwagoner. No, motherfuckers. I'm rooting for the Warriors. What am I supposed to do, root for the fucking Knicks? The Knicks are in Tahiti. I wonder what Danny Aiello would say about J.R. Smith and Iman. You motherfuckers! You cocksucker! You do that shit in Cleveland? Fuck you, J.R. Smith! And fuck you, Iman Shumpert. What's his fucking name? I don't know what the fuck his name is. What the fuck am I watching? I gotta fucking watch this. All right, the Knicks are like in China. The Knicks are they're nowhere to be found right now. So I'm going to enjoy the playoffs. I like the Warriors. I fucks with the Warriors, and that's who I'm rooting for. And also, I want to give a shout out to the Rangers. Okay, because I'm not a big hockey fan at all, but at one point I was in the late 70s and in the early 80s. I fucked with the New York Rangers hard. The Phil Esposito, John Davidson, Nick Fotiu, Dave Maloney, Don Maloney, Barry Beck, that whole crew. I was there. I was at the games. I was pounding on the roof, JD, when we were cheering for our goaltender, John Davidson, Herb Brooks, the whole fucking crew. All right? He coached for a little bit. Don't think I'm not a Rangers. They're from New York. Of course I want the Rangers to win. But I'm not a big hockey fan. What am I supposed to... Could you imagine... Have you ever seen me rollerblade? Can you imagine me rollerblading? I mean, I don't just hurt myself. Like, people within 150 feet, everybody's at risk. So anyway, of course I'm rooting for the Rangers. But, I love the Warriors, and I'm disappointed that they don't play David Lee. I don't understand that. No one seems to have an answer as to why they don't play former Knick David Lee. But, of course, the highlight of the Warriors, and I also begged for Steve Kerr to come to New York as the Knicks coach last year. And he shitted on me and Phil Jackson and went to the Warriors, which, listen, Steve Kerr, you made the right decision. But Stephen Curry is obviously the centerpiece, and he's just so incredible. And last week, during a press conference, after a game, the post-game press conference, he brought his daughter. He's got this little girl, his daughter is one of the cutest little kids I've ever seen. She's beautiful. Her name is Riley Curry. And a lot of players bring their kids to press conferences. Allen Iverson, I'm pretty sure, was the first person to do it for a non-championship game. Like, he would just bring his kids to the press conference. The Philadelphia 76ers would be playing Utah in the middle of mid-December, and Iverson would bring his kids to it. And then other players started doing that. It's not just Super Bowls or, game-winning shots. Like, Iverson would just do it. And then, other basketball players, a lot of NBA players now bring their kids. Chris Paul's kid is a fixture at press conferences, and Derek Rose's kid is a fixture at press conferences. And Riley Curry at the press conference, she's probably like 2 or 3 or 4, maybe 4, 3. I don't know how old she is, but she is damn cute. She was, acting like a 3 or 4-year-old. And she was putzing around with the mic and, yawning and, told them to be quiet. It was very cute. So some reporters, and I think it was started by this guy, Brian Windhorst, who is from Cleveland. I think he started reporting, they call him Scoop or Windy because his name's Windy. I don't know why they don't call him Fat Fuck, because this motherfucker, I'm pretty sure he started, allegedly, because I don't want to get sued, but allegedly he's the one who started the blowback for Stephon Curry bringing his daughter to the press conference because he felt like it's a place of business and his daughter and the kids are interrupting the press conference. And you fucked up, Brian Windhorst, because you, my friend, if you don't know who Brian Windhorst is, he looks like a combination of Jonah Hill and Lena Dunham. I don't know if he looks more like Jonah Hill or Lena Dunham. You tell me, this reporter, do you think he looks more like Lena Dunham or Jonah Hill? Because he reports on basketball, but obviously this motherfucker has never, ever played because he is shockingly and surprisingly and frighteningly, I'm concerned for this fucking guy. This fucking guy is way the fuck overweight to be reporting on any sport. I mean, we should be getting this guy on a heart monitor. He should be doing mandatory, 30 to 45 minutes on a treadmill, and he should be on a diet plan. Okay, and he's got the balls big enough to say it's a place of business and it's not professional. You think that press conference with his daughter was so much more entertaining with his daughter there? You think that Stephon Curry, after game 2 of the fucking Western Conference Finals, he wants to be answering questions from your fat fucking ass about how did you feel in the third quarter? In the third quarter, the defense started. I mean, the most random, generic questions that you ask every game. It's a random, generic playoff game. We don't need to have Stephon Curry up there alone. His daughter brought some light. He brought some humor. She's so freaking cute. This guy, Brian Windhorst, he looks like he could almost be Stephon Curry's illegitimate son. I mean, he's got like a baby face, and he's like 35 to 45 pounds overweight, and I think I'm underestimating it. How this guy is reporting on sports is beyond my belief because, seriously, check this guy out. There's no way that Brian Windhorst could ever have been athletic in any way. I mean, and he's written, I think, 2 or 3 books on LeBron James. I mean, he's got his head so far up LeBron James's ass that I swear to God, if LeBron James and him were walking down the street and LeBron James stepped in a pile of shit, I'm pretty sure Brian Windhorst would wipe it off with his bare hand and be like, go ahead, LeBron, I'll take care of it. Like, he's got his head so far up the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James' ass, it's not even funny, okay? And he's got the nerve to say that he shouldn't bring his daughter. Brian Windhorst, you, my friend, you get a solo Wigga Please. You get a full-on Wigga Please segment. You're a walking, talking Wigga Please, my man. All right? I want to make sure that you're on an eating program. You stay away from Baskin Robbins. You're definitely not fucking with Snapple. You can't fuck with Snapple. Like, you should be drinking water, brushing your teeth, and eating fucking carrots and broccoli. That's it. And don't worry about if these dudes are bringing their kids. I mean, you look like a baby yourself. You look like a cute 35-pound fat fucking baby. You M&M eating motherfucker. All right? Wigga, please.
Get up!